All right, number 10, a function f satisfies f of 2 equal to 3 and f of 3 equal to 5. A function g satisfies g of 3 equal to 2 and g of 5 equal to 6. What's the value of f of g of 3? Okay, so this is a composite function. Okay, so the question here is f of g of 3. So we have a function goes inside another function. So it's a composite function. So let's talk a little bit of how functions work. Okay, so we have, for example, f of 2 equal to 3. That means for the f function here, right? So in the parentheses, this is always our input. Okay, so that's what we plugging in into the function, and that will be our x value as well. Okay, so that means we're plugging 2 for x into the function. We get this whole thing equal to 3. So the 3 will be our output, and that's going to be the y value. Okay, so pretty much it's saying when we plug in 2 for our x, the function will give us 3 for the y value. Right, plug in 2 into the equation, we get equal to 3. So that's what function means. So this is a function notation. So inside of in the parentheses, that's always the input, and whatever equals to that the output. Right. So although here we don't know exactly what the equation is for a function, but they did give us these numbers that we can use. So for this question, let's just and try this. Okay, so we're trying to solve f of g of 3. All right, so for a composite function, we always want to start solve from the inside. Okay, so you want to solve the inside part first. Okay, solve the inside part first. So what's the inside part? Well, that's the g of 3. Okay, so it's not g times 3. This is g of 3 as a function. So, well, what's g of 3? Right, they did give us that, right? So if you look at the information here, we know g of 3 equal to 2. Right, so we know g of 3 is actually 2. So we can just replace the g of 3 with the number 2, because g of 3 is actually equal to 2. All right, so instead of saying f of g of 3, we know this is actually equal to f of 2. Okay, so then what's f of 2? Well, we already know that, right? They give us that, so f of 2 equal to 3. So that is our final answer, f of 2 equal to 3. So that's the final answer for this question, which is letter B. Right, so for a question like this, we didn't use all of the information, and we're just gonna pick out the one that we need. And it's almost like solving a puzzle, right? So we're starting from the inside, we get that number, and then from that number, we had to gather some other information and to figure out f of 2 equal to 3 here. Right? So number 10, the final answer is B.